Welcome back. So we have the solution. Let's talk about where I put the different GitHub repositories so you guys can start in the next feature series where you guys can just start from scratch like I'm going to start from scratch. So first of all, I have the GitHub link for the Legos for Angular right here, and I have the GitHub link for the .NET Core version right here. I split them into two different ones because I want to later on remove Angular and maybe add some kind of other web UI like React or Vue to kind of show you how you can also talk to the .NET Core backend. And also later I might even switch this with a Nest application or something and show you how Angular could talk with Nest instead of using .NET Core. So I'm keeping them separate, so we have the backend tier and the frontend tier in completely different GitHub repositories. Let's go to GitHub, and the first one you'll look at is Legos for Life .NET Core, and you can just go and get it by saying download zip, and then you'll actually get it. And I want you guys to go and take the main branch if you're just starting right now. But if you want to check out the solution when I'm done, you can go to the get all, which is going to be our first feature branch, where everything should be for the get all that we're going to build in this series right here. I'm going to use Writer for my solution right here, and that's just an IDE to write C# code. Of course, there's also Visual Studio if you want to use that instead from Microsoft. This is free if you're a student, but of course if you use it professionally, you have to pay for it. And by the way, if you use this professionally with Visual Studio, you would also probably have to go and get something like ReSharper in order to get something that runs a little better. And Writer already have that installed, so I think it's a fair choice to go with Writer. If you're really not into any of these, you can go and take Visual Studio Code and you can actually use that for writing your program. And that is a free tool with that where you have to manage some plugins, but it's up to you. Now for the Angular part, I have added this GitHub repo, and the same idea is that you can go and get the zip, and I added the main branch, which is where we start, and then I have a get all branch, which is going to be the final branch when I'm done with this series right here. If you go further, you can see I'm going to use WebStorm for that. So I'm going to just use WebStorm as the IDE. That's the one I'm most comfortable with. But actually, you can also use Visual Studio Code for this one if you want to. So that could kind of be the tool for both of your projects if you're more into that. So that's it for the introduction on how we're going to kind of use the GitHub repos, and I'm going to use a couple of GitHub commands to kind of do the pull and push and actually also the commit of my code. So you're going to try and see that as we move forward in this project. So let's end it right there. Next lesson, let's talk a little bit about how we can actually use a process in order to build good software. So see you next time. Bye.